we can feel happy in the center of our chest. It can feel comfortable and open, right? If you're not familiar with the heart feeling comfortable and open, if you haven't been practicing mindfulness that long, what you might get instead is knowing when it's uncomfortable in the heart and the chest, and we want to get rid of that, right? We don't want to feel that way. So what do we do not to feel that way? Well, without the mindfulness practice, okay, well, let's get our good food going. Let's get the comfortable bed going. Let's get only pleasant sounds, people that we like talking to us and us talking to them, right? So let's get it all set up so that hopefully these feelings in here will be more comfortable. It'll relax here and be more comfortable here. So I'm just painting a little picture of what we do in general, what's actually going on in the background in general. It's all complicated in our stories, but it's very simple in actuality. We have senses. We go to the senses to try to achieve feelings of pleasure. And then we also go to the thoughts, which is the sixth sense in Buddhist understanding. We go to the thoughts in order to try to, we go to the thoughts in order to try to feel, to like what we're hearing, to like what we're talking to ourselves about, and then hopefully this happy feeling will come in the chest from there too. So we're seeking this happy feeling in the chest. And then it gets a little bit more complicated than that, because not only are we seeking this happy feeling in the chest, but we're also hoping that it lasts. We're hoping that it lasts. We're hoping that it stays. And guess what? It can't. It doesn't. There is nothing, there's no possibility, there's nothing about happiness. It has intrinsically nothing in it that allows for it to actually remain, for it actually to stay. It disappears very, very quickly. And then so what do? This is what's going on under the radar. So what do? We're always acting with regard to this, but we don't realize it. What do? We then try to find a new sense object to make that happy feeling come back again, or that comfortable feeling come back again. So what's a very common example of that these days? I mean, it's happening all the time, in just about every millisecond. But a very common one is, let's say, binge watching series, right? So you feel entertained, you feel comfortable, and then the show ends, and then there's some discomfort or impatience, like, oh, that doesn't feel good. What do I do now? And then, okay, try to get that happiness back. And then so you go back into that delusion of being with the show, and it feels a little bit more comfortable than feeling that impatience or discomfort or restlessness that's going on in the heart. Right? So we go and seek more pleasure. So the happiness goes away, it disappears, and then from there, we then quickly go somewhere to seek some more pleasure, right? So we might be listening to a song and we're getting pleasure from the song. And then after a while, the pleasure from the song or the music we're listening to, that sort of dissipates, right? And we need to seek the happiness again. Okay, turn on the TV, right? Or the TV starting to get blurry and uncomfortable. It's, oh, it's enough, getting a headache already. And then we find something else to be pleasurable. It might be, okay, I'm just gonna close my eyes and lay down, maybe do some self-Reiki, right? And just try to gain pleasure from that comfort, the feeling of quiet, hearing less, and rather than hearing more was gonna make us happy a moment ago, now maybe hearing less, feeling a comfy bed or a comfy pillow is what's going to make us feel happy. Or come up with, be busy in our thoughts, come up with different ideas, think of finances, that could be entertaining. We come up with different things in our thoughts to entertain ourselves in order to try to feel happy. But then after a while, that gets dull or boring, or we get uncomfortable, and then we got to get up and do something else. So if we take a look at our lives, it is a constant fight against feeling uncomfortable in the body and mind, and trying to fight towards feeling pleasant and comfortable. And then the feeling of the pleasant and comfortable only lasts for a moment or two, because that's its nature. It never said, I could potentially be here all the time, It never said that. It never had that characteristic in the first place of being able to stay. So then it goes away, and then we seek to get it back. And we seek to get a new happy feeling. And then it goes away again, and we seek to get another one. And it goes away again, and then we seek to get another one. And this is our constant battle.